Okay, good morning. Let's try again. 8:15 is Friday, the 7th of March. Okay, so Bitcoin. Um, we are trading in the middle of this 7-day composite. So yesterday, we got the return into quarterly value low, traded up to the composite high. I was sort of just blindly aiming for 96k, looking for a bit of a home run, to be honest, and didn't really account for this return pullback. We took the short, we took the trade into monthly VWAP. We got a news-driven move into composite highs. We traded down to composite lows, return pullback into the composite lows. And we're trading in the middle of nowhere now. So there's not, there's nothing really particularly clear here. We have the most recent shift is back inside this composite, so we can potentially anticipate rotation higher. But for the time being, we're just trading between 91k and 87k, being this 7-day bracket. So that's it from a composite perspective. So forgive me because I've already done all of this just now. So 7-day composite high at 91k and 7-day CVAL at 93k. VWAPs largely confluent on weekly, monthly. So we're just really getting very, very neutral now, right? We're just starting to see VWAPs flatten out, and we're trading in the middle of balance, and we've got more or less the same extremities being 91k to the upside and sort of 87 to the downside. Weekly val, monthly val, all aligning. Obviously, it's relatively early in the month. Previous week also in this area. So really, we are just balancing now. But the most recent shift is back inside, as I said, that at the underside of this range. So I think we can potentially look for a move higher, but there isn't really a setup available to us. It's already playing out, right? If you missed it overnight, this came at 3 a.m. for me. It's already playing out, and we're at the edge of the developing day as well. So it's not a good place to be getting into fresh longs and just aping mindlessly. Okay, so that's that really from a sort of where we are right now. In terms of what we could look for going forward, I still think the play to look for a short from yearly VWAP is valid. So if we do get a move up into this high from Sunday, fail to accept in the 20-day composite, that's still the swing short I would like to take. Alternatively, we do have poor highs from yesterday and previous month VWAP just overhead. So there's another possibility where we just sweep this high, come into that 93k level and reject. There are two possibilities there for looking for rejection plays. I wouldn't be particularly confident taking either of them unless we have strong positioning and order flow confluence, because in this instance, if we break above 91, is that then a breakout which takes us, say, towards here? So for example, if I'm looking to take this short off these poor highs, are we just trading that back down to 91k and then am I looking for this to hold for a potential play up towards 96? I don't know. So I think personally I'm just going to be more selective, see what sets up, wait for something clearer. These are all sort of relatively shitty setups, aren't they? Sweep the poor highs, but then we've got support here. So in that instance, am I looking for a long? Maybe. It's starting to get very difficult and tricky. The alternative then would just be potentially a breakdown short here, looking for February's low and then potentially quarterly val around 72k. So I know that's confusing, and I'll clarify it now. But yeah, where we are right now, there's just nothing, is that we're just in the middle of nowhere. So so we've got previous month VWAP at 93k. Sorry, is that 93k? Sorry, this is wrong. This is 87k. Previous month VWAP's at 93k. Previous yearly VWAP is at 96k. And then PQ val at 72k. Okay, so bias, neutral, narrative, rotational within 7-day composite, weekly and monthly value. And the other thing I would just say, if I look at BTC here, we're just starting to compress and contract, right? So you typically, in these situations where we're making lower highs and higher lows, you just see a contraction of volatility before a breakout happens. So is that going to be a sort of continuation to the downside, which would make this sort of a bearish pennant? Seems most likely, or do we accept back with it above 93k? Don't know, but it looks like volatility is going to contract, which again makes me think today might not be the best day to trade. Just to make that point. So rotational within 7-day composite weekly monthly value. We're still in balance down on the year, but it's not like strongly so, given the gradient's relatively flat. So not much else to say about that. That's it. I mean, there's just nothing else to say. So longs. I need to clear up these drawings. There isn't one, right? I mean, there's this one that's playing out, but as I say, we're already trading up to the mean. Breakout pullback above 91k is the only long I can see. So technically it's an A plus trade because it's a shift condition, but you've got trouble very nearby. So breakout pullback above 7-day CVAH at 91k to target 4 highs at 93k, previous month VWAP, and then yearly VWAP at 96k. Don't have another long idea, quite honestly. Shorts. So this, as I say, the sort of ideal swing short I would look for, it's not an A plus trade, rejection at yearly VWAP and failure to accept in 20-day CVA. Potential swing short, and it's a potential, it's not, it's not a home run by any means. Potential swing short towards Feb low and PQ val at 72k. So that's still a possibility. Spike up into here, take out Sunday's high and reject. We may just fail here, in which case that would confirm. So if we came up and swept these poor highs from yesterday into previous month's VWAP and then get back inside the composite, that might be all we get. So that's another possibility. The other thing that could happen here, of course, is that we spike into here and then that gives us the breakout play towards 96. So unclear what's going to set up, and I think we'll just have to assess based on how things look in these areas as and when it comes. But there is another potential short set up at previous month VWAP. So rejection at PM VWAP to target 7-day CVAH at 91k. And that's really all you can do initially, and then see what happens thereafter. And then the other one is a breakdown, which is technically A plus, but not the one I would prefer to take. Would just be a breakdown below. I mean, you've traded into monthly val. I think the 7-day composite is still proven, right? We've proven it here. We've proven it here. So I would say the breakout pullback against 87k is still the play towards the downside. Breakout pullback below 7-day CVAL at 87k to target monthly val initially, and then potentially for continuation towards, again, previous year value high, 80k, and so on and so forth. So there's the upside levels. Let's just view that's largely aligning. to upside to downside. We've got previous year value high around 80 to 82k. Previous call about 72k. I think that's it. Lines in sand. I mean, we're just in this bracket, aren't we? I'd still say bullish would be monthly val. I think if we lose that, it starts to look pretty bad, because then this starts rolling over again. We're obviously below weekly at that point as well. So weekly monthly val at 85k, bullish line in the sand. And bearish, I'm still going to say yearly VWAP. I think below yearly VWAP, we still need to be thinking this is likely to break lower at 96k. I think that's it. I mean, it's, as I say, I think volatility is going to contract. It's not going to get any easier to spot trading setups now. And, it may just be chop until this resolves. So nothing too clear. Like it's certainly the least clear it's been all week today, as we come into another news-driven day. So yeah, it may not be the easiest to trade. What else? Sol, decent bounce. Obviously came into weekly val again, dallied up to the point of breakdown. Just forming a new range, isn't it? So potentially just forming another composite here. Not very exciting. ETH found support at this old composite high again. Bit of a dally, but not strong. I'll have to see what sets up on alts throughout the day. But overall, it doesn't look particularly exciting day. So I think that's it for now. Catch you in the next one. Cheers.